Rome wasn't built in a day. In fact, its story stretches back over millennia, filled with myths, legends, and a fair share of historical drama. It wasn't even built by Romulus and Remus, though you wouldn't know it from the stories they told. These tales have been passed down through generations, becoming the bedrock of Roman identity. Imagine two brothers abandoned, raised by a she-wolf. Talk about a wild childhood, destined to found a city. Their story is as much about survival and destiny as it is about the founding of Rome. Fast forward through some fraternal squabbling, who hasn't been there, and boom, Rome is born. But the tale of Romulus and Remus is just the beginning. Of course, the real story is a bit more complicated. The city didn't spring up overnight. It was a gradual process of growth and amalgamation. We're talking about a messy mix of settlements merging, evolving from villages to a powerful city. Each settlement brought its own customs, traditions, and innovations. Think of it as the original urban sprawl. Over time, these small communities knitted together, creating a complex urban tapestry. But hey, who doesn't love a good legend? Especially when it involves wolves. These stories gave the Romans a sense of identity and purpose. From these rough beginnings, Rome started flexing its muscles, conquering its neighbors and expanding its territory. The city grew not just in size but in influence. It wasn't always pretty, let's be real, empires rarely are, but it set the stage for Rome's transformation into a powerhouse. The Romans were relentless in their pursuit of dominance. The early Romans, whether they knew it or not, were laying the foundation for an empire that would shape the Western world. Their architectural and engineering feats were nothing short of revolutionary. And it all started with a good origin story. These myths and legends were more than just tales, they were the glue that held Roman society together. Who knew a she-wolf could be such an effective city planner? The legend of Romulus and Remus continues to captivate us, reminding us of Rome's humble yet legendary beginnings. Next up, the Roman Republic. Forget emperors for now. This was the era of senators, elections, and power struggles. Think House of Cards, but with togas. The Roman Republic was a complex and fascinating period in history, where the balance of power was constantly shifting. The Republic wasn't a democracy as we know it. It was more of an oligarchy, where a select few held most of the power. Imagine a system where the wealthy and powerful had a much louder voice than your average Joe. The patricians, or the aristocratic families, dominated the political scene, while the plebeians, or commoners, had limited influence. Not exactly fair, but it was a start. The Republic introduced the concept of representation, even if it was skewed towards the elite, and they did manage to create a system of government that, while imperfect, was remarkably resilient. The Roman legal system, for instance, laid the groundwork for many modern legal principles. This period saw Rome conquer its way across the Mediterranean. The Republic expanded its territory through a combination of military might and strategic alliances. From battling fierce Carthaginians, Hannibal and his elephants, talk about a tough opponent, to subduing rebellious provinces, the Republic was rarely at peace. These conflicts tested the resilience and adaptability of the Roman military, but all this conquest came at a cost. The constant warfare drained resources and led to significant social and economic challenges back home. Social unrest, political intrigue, and the occasional assassination, looking at you, Julius Caesar, were all part and parcel of life in the late Republic. The assassination of Julius Caesar marked a turning point, signaling the end of the Republic and the rise of the Empire. It was a time of both great achievement and dramatic upheaval, setting the stage for what was to come, the Roman Empire. The legacy of the Roman Republic continues to influence modern governance and legal systems around the world. Enter Julius Caesar's great-nephew Octavian, later known as Augustus. He swooped in, picked up the pieces of the fractured republic, and declared himself the first emperor. And just like that, the Roman Republic morphed into the Roman Empire. The empire was a time of unprecedented peace and prosperity, well, at least for the Roman elite. The Pax Romana, a period of relative stability, allowed the empire to flourish. Think impressive infrastructure projects like aqueducts and roads, a blossoming of art and literature, and the spread of Roman culture far and wide. But let's not forget, this was still an empire built on conquest. Roman legions marched from the misty shores of Britain to the scorching sands of the Middle East, expanding the empire's reach and leaving their mark on the world. Section 4. Law, Order, and Other Roman Innovations. The Romans weren't just about conquering and expanding, they were also great innovators. Their legal system, with its emphasis on written law and concepts like innocent until proven guilty, formed the bedrock of legal systems in Europe and beyond. Then there's Roman architecture. From the Colosseum to the Pantheon, their buildings still inspire awe and a touch of envy. Imagine the engineering skills needed to construct such magnificent structures without modern technology. Talk about impressive. And let's not forget the Roman language. Latin, the language of Caesar and Cicero, became the foundation for many Romance languages spoken today, from French to Spanish to Italian. Think of it as the linguistic grandfather of Europe. The Romans left their mark on everything from law to language to architecture, shaping the Western world in profound ways. Section 5. The fall, it's not you, it's us. But seriously, it was barbarians. All good things must come to an end, even empires. The Roman Empire, a beacon of civilization and power, was no exception. For centuries, it stood as a testament to human ingenuity, military prowess, and cultural richness. The Roman Empire, once mighty and seemingly invincible, began to crumble under its own weight. Its vast territories became increasingly difficult to manage, and the once unified empire started to fracture. Internal strife, economic woes, and those pesky barbarians at the gates all played a part in the empire's decline. Corruption and political instability further weakened the state, making it vulnerable to external threats. It's a long and complex story, but let's just say that by the 5th century CE, the Western Roman Empire was no more. The once great cities were left in ruins and the administrative structure collapsed. The fall of Rome was a messy affair, marked by invasions, political instability, and the loss of central authority. The barbarian tribes, once kept at bay by Roman legions, now roamed freely across the former empire. It was the end of an era, and Europe was plunged into a period of upheaval and change. The Dark Ages, as they came to be known, were a time of fragmentation and uncertainty. But even in decline, Rome's influence didn't disappear. Its roads, aqueducts, and architectural marvels continued to be used and admired, serving as a foundation for future generations. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, its legacy lived on, shaping the course of European history. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its spirit endured, influencing art, law, and governance for centuries to come. Section 6. The enduring legacy. All roads lead from Rome. Even though the Roman Empire is long gone, its legacy is all around us. It's in our laws, our languages, our architecture, and even in our calendar. Take a look at a map of Europe, and you'll see the remnants of Roman roads, still connecting cities centuries after they were built. Visit any major European city and you're bound to stumble upon Roman ruins, a testament to the empire's enduring influence. Roman law, with its emphasis on justice and fairness, formed the basis for legal systems across Europe. Roman art and literature continued to inspire artists and thinkers for centuries. And who can forget the Roman numerals on our clocks? Section 7. A final word, Roman around in the modern world. The Roman Empire may be ancient history, but its impact on the world is undeniable. From the ruins scattered across Europe to the enduring influence on law, language, and culture, Rome's legacy lives on. So the next time you're enjoying a glass of Italian wine, admiring a grand building, or even just using a calendar, take a moment to thank the Romans. They may have been a bit obsessed with conquest, but they sure knew how to leave their mark on the world.